This is Lincoln Live with Avery Hall. You're watching Lincoln Live.
Good morning, Lincoln. I'm Avery Hall.
And I'm Avery Hall.
This concert isn't the same as the others. Hey guys, so today I'm here with Lily.
Special congratulations to Vicki Miller for qualifying for states in diving. Join us tomorrow for a very special edition of Lincoln Live.
They're both getting closer to the finish line when it comes to making their final decision. Programs like Green Dot suffered severe hardships.
I'm joined now by senior captain Juju Grubich.
Today I'm here with defensive midfielder Andy Flanagan from the boys lacrosse team. Division I college football recruiting is a multi-million-dollar industry, and that places intense focus on the top recruits, like Lincoln players Kamari Burns and Jaden Yates, who are being heavily recruited as they prepare for their senior seasons.
Kamari is obviously one of the top in the state. You know, his size and athleticism makes him who he is. His explosiveness and his violence on the football field makes him one of the better ones in the state. Jaden Yates has been ranked since he's been in middle school. He's one of the, I think, top 3 linebackers in the state of Ohio. Same thing with Kamari. His size and speed makes him one of the better choices at his position.
Right now, I believe I have 11 offers. I've kind of been going through it since freshman year, so it's been a lengthy trip.
Currently, I have 13 offers right now, but it's been just really crazy. Kind of stressful for me, but it's been a long ride.
As this process can be very stressful, both players are able to find motivation to push through.
I've been working towards this since I was a boy, since I first picked up a football, playing Little League, Another part, it's Jay Shine, him passing. I got a cousin that passed earlier this year. Things get hard, I'm going through a workout, I'm stressing. I know they're looking down on me, so, I'm always pushing through.
My mom, she keeps pushing me, my head coach, Bruce Ward, and my teammate, Jaden Yates. I feel like they've been, a big part of this recruiting process and really, pushed me to, reach my peak.
Not only do Kamari and Jaden deal with the challenges of this process during games and practices, but they also deal with it when they're not on the field.
It's a lot of time, energy, and effort, not only from the, talking to coaches on the phone, but also the travel that's involved in it.
After I get out of workouts and stuff, a lot of coaches text me, can I call you? Every day, at least 3 or 4 coaches are texting me.
The 2 latest calls that come to my mind I probably ever received was, I think Illinois called me a weekday at 11:30 at night. I was already going to sleep. They called. Then I think South Carolina called me on another weekday at 11:30, 12. There are times I'm I've been on the phone all day. I've been texting all day. I wouldn't want it any other way. It's a blessing to be where I'm at.
With the end of their junior year quickly approaching, they're both getting closer to the finish line when it comes to making their final decision.
In the end, I really just want to go somewhere that I feel the love at, where I enjoy my time there. I want to go somewhere I could play early. I could continue my dreams early.
Just the best fit for me, where I can get the most playing time. I want to major in exercise science in college, so probably the best school with that.
While the past few months of recruiting have been exciting, both of the players are looking forward to it being over.
So I'm probably going to commit in July or something like that, to be honest, because I just want it all to be done and over with.
It's a blessing to be here. It's a blessing to be in my position. It's really stressful sometimes. It's just the weight of that decision. The next page of my life, I'm kind of ready to get that going, get that started.
While both players are ready for this next page in their life, they still have their senior season to look forward to. This is Avery Hall in the Zone. Teamwork makes the dream work. 6 students here at Lincoln are a perfect representation of this idea. A few months ago, Matthew, James, Wesley, Caleb, Isaac, and Vincent came together to create their own band, called Late Arrival.
Me and James, our guitarist, we were talking at practice, cross-country practice one day, about how we wanted to start a band, and then we started looking at some songs we'd want to play.
They had a bunch of different singers try out, and I was kind of dude, I could be your singer for you. But he didn't really want me to be, since they were all seniors. But then later on they decided that they needed a singer, and so they let me kind of join in.
When it comes to combining their talents to make music that they love, they are inspired by many different groups.
We're going for the alt-rock band vibe, so most of our inspiration comes from Arctic Monkeys, Cage the Elephant, and I like Wallows.
As a whole band, we kind of like follow like the Foo Fighters, the Strokes, Gorillaz a little bit. We would just go full in and we'd start playing, and it was really fun.
For any given student, balancing schoolwork with sports and extracurricular activities can be rather difficult. Although this group of students have found that balance and have managed to keep up with all these things while doing what they love.
At the end of the day, our band, it is a hobby, so we're all super understanding with each other. You know, like Vincent swims, Wesley runs track, James runs track, I play lacrosse, Isaac is in like 8 different music groups. So we all prioritize all that stuff over the band, and we just make it work when we can.
While this is just the beginning for Late Arrival, the group already has big plans for the future.
We're planning on writing our own music. We're planning on dropping an EP. We're planning on doing some concert events that are around Gahanna. We're really excited about what the future can entail, especially over the summer when we have more free time.
With big hopes for the future, Late Arrival continues to work hard to strengthen not only their skills, but also their relationship as a group. This is Avery Hall for Lincoln Live. The Christmas season is upon us, and many of our students and staff are already in the Christmas spirit. One of our many holiday traditions we have here at Lincoln is our holiday choir concert. While the holiday season has just begun, our choir students have already begun the preparation for this well-awaited event.
We've been preparing since the end of our fall concerts, about like 2 to 3 months.
We have a few traditional songs with the a cappella and chorale, but all of the other material is brand new, things that have been released in 2019, 2020, and 2021, which really keeps things fresh for the students and fresh for me.
After being unable to put on their normal holiday concert last year because of the pandemic, they're more excited than ever to be back on stage performing together.
We are so excited to put together this concert after a year and a half of singing into our Chromebooks. Singing online was not ideal and it wasn't fun. And what students enjoy about singing is singing in community, singing in ensemble, in a group, and hearing those harmonies. And we didn't hear those harmonies for a year, so it's so good to be back on stage for a performance.
I feel really excited to put on our Christmas concert because we didn't get to last year, and last year we didn't even really sing any Christmas songs, so this year we're just super festive and super excited.
I'm excited just because this is my first year in a cappella, so it's a big deal, big concert.
I'm really excited, but I'm also a little nervous because I've never been a part of a winter concert, and of course we didn't have it last year, and I know how big of a deal it was.
While the choir students are excited to showcase their talents yet again this year, this concert isn't the same as the others.
This concert's a little bit different because we have so many people that attend this concert that maybe don't have students in the program, or we have alumni that show up, and extended family and that sort of thing. So we do it at 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock.
With months of hard work behind them, the choirs are well prepared and excited to perform this holiday season. This is Avery Hall for Lincoln Live. You've seen the posters scattering our hallways. You've seen the t-shirts. Green Dot is one of the many programs offered here at GLHS. While the presence of Green Dot is evident, a lot of our students aren't aware of its true purpose.
Green Dot is Gahanna Lincoln's anti-violence program that we brought to the table a few years ago, and it's a program that we get students involved in so that we can make our school safer and that we can get kids to know when to recognize and speak out against bullying, relationship violence, and sexual misconduct.
Not only are the issues that Green Dot covers relevant in the world today, but they're also extremely relevant in our own school building. Many students have personal connections to either bullying, dating violence, or sexual assault.
I know a couple of people who have gone through some of the things that we talked about in Green Dot, and I just think learning more about it, those things can be prevented or they can be stopped before it got worse.
I've been picked on here and there throughout my life, but I do know a lot of people in my life who have experienced some kind of violence, and I think it is extremely important to be an advocate for it.
I know a lot of kids who have struggled with things like bullying and other like negative stuff, and Green Dot can really help in step with that and help teach people like how not to be a bystander.
While COVID had a significant impact on our school as a whole, programs like Green Dot suffered severe hardships.
COVID had a terrible effect on Green Dot because the core of Green Dot is to get students and train them, and we couldn't do any training. So it really just shut down Green Dot from the standpoint of being able to move it forward. Basically, we had no students who were trained starting this year. And so we're kind of back to square one because you need to have a certain number of students who are trained to be able to get the message through the school and to the rest of the students.
We took a hit, but we're excited. The good news is we're rejuvenated and excited to come back and train some new kids. And we've had 2 trainings so far. It was fantastic. So kids are motivated. They're invested in their school. They have empathy and sympathy for people who are victims. So I think we're on the right track to get things bolstered back up again.
Now that the Green Dot program has made its comeback, students and teachers are eager to grow the program in hopes to prevent violence in our school. This is Avery Hall for Lincoln Live.
I was 8 years old, and the day after I was born, I was adopted by my mom and my dad.
Every family is unique. Some are formed through marriage or divorce, and some are expanded by adoption. And every community is unique. And Gahanna Lincoln is a perfect example of this.
When I was 6 months old, I was actually adopted from South Korea.
I'm 8 years old, and the day after I was born, I was adopted by my mom and my dad.
When it comes to adoption, everyone's story is different.
I was really young when I was adopted, obviously, so I really don't remember anything. I don't know the language or anything like that. My birth mother was a single mom, and that culture is looked down upon to be a single mom, so just for me to have a better life, she decided to put me up for adoption.
I was 10. I was playing basketball at a church league, and I became best friends with someone named Ethan. He's my brother now. And the family I was with originally, they were having marital issues, so then they decided that they were going to put me in the system. But I never actually went into the system because my brother's family decided that they would adopt me.
While the adoption process may seem easy from the outside, there are a lot of steps that must be taken in order to finalize it.
To adopt me, my parents had to go through a lot of different social services and like paperwork and stuff because I was an international adoption.
We found an adoption attorney who encouraged us to make an adoption book that birth mothers would look through to choose potential birth mothers. In 2013, we created a Facebook page for our adoption, and we had friends and family share it across the country, and our birth mother actually found our Facebook page and followed us for about 6 months, and then Madison was born on June 29th, 2013, and we got the call on June 30th, 2013 to bring her home.
I'm really thankful for adoption because it obviously gave me a life, and I definitely have a lot of privilege being able to be adopted by a family in the U.S. So I'm really glad for all the opportunities I was able to receive through adoption. It's not always easy, but I'm really glad that I was able to be adopted.
Adoption has changed the lives of many, even within this school. This is Avery Hall for Lincoln Live.
All right, you're welcome. Have a good day.
Breakfast is said to be the most important meal of the day, yet a majority of our students go without it on the daily, whether it be because they don't have access to food at home or simply because they don't have time in the morning. But students here at Lincoln don't have to worry about going hungry in the mornings.
Have a good day. Hi. Hi.
The best part of the job is the students. I enjoy the interaction that we have.
Not only do the lunch ladies enjoy this job, but the students feel the same way.
Breakfast ladies always make me feel so welcomed in the morning, always there saying hi and good morning and just doing their best.
How are you? Good, how are you? Fine, thanks.
I really like the lunch ladies in the morning. They're always really nice and welcoming, and they make sure that we all get fed even if we can't have breakfast at home.
The lunch ladies dedicate their mornings each day to make sure that we have the proper start to ours.
All right, you're welcome. Have a good day.
The idea that we have free lunches, the fact that we can feed really every student in here for free, that's good. But ultimately it comes down to the students.
I think the breakfast carts are really nice because the ladies are really nice and they greet everybody every day.
And I think it's really nice because they provide breakfast for the kids at our school who don't have time to get breakfast in the mornings or they're unable to get breakfast at home.
I really appreciate the ladies in the morning that serving us breakfast on those breakfast carts, because sometimes I'm just running late for school and I don't have time to grab a meal, so I can always count on them to hook me up with a granola bar before I take on the school day and practices.
Next time you're walking through the hallway in the mornings, make sure to thank our lunch ladies for their generosity and all the hard work they do.
All right, you're welcome. Have a good day.
This is Avery Hall for Lincoln Live.
We try to bring students together from lots of different backgrounds, lots of different schools.
Making a difference can seem like a difficult task, especially in a school this large. But making a difference starts with one simple step: educating yourself. And that's exactly what the Global Scholars Program is all about.
Global Scholars is a 3-year program dedicated to helping you learn your place in a global society. There are field trips and other activities all over the course of all 3 years that culminate in one big project in year 3 that's dedicated to showing what you've learned about global cultures as well as teaching it to others.
Global Scholars students enter this program wanting to make a difference, wanting to find out how they can improve the world and how they can make their lives and the people around them, their lives better as well. We try to bring students together from lots of different backgrounds, lots of different schools, and we try to find ways to get them communicating and learning from each other.
Not only do Global Scholars students learn from each other, but they also help to educate and influence their own classmates and peers.
This is a very diverse school that has a lot of people from all walks of life and a lot of different cultures. So it is important for a program like Global Scholars to exist to help students understand those cultures.
Once you learn about those issues, you can take it into your school and teach other people about them.
Not only is the goal of Global Scholars to provide students with information that they can use to help others, but it also provides them with the knowledge they can use and implement in their own lives.
The meeting that we had, I learned a lot more about islands and kind of global warming and issues that are big, and I learned a lot more details and learned how to advocate for them.
One of the coolest things that Global Scholars has enabled me to do is just learn about the lives of people from other cultures. We've done Zoom lectures with people who interact with other cultures and people who are from other cultures, and that has been one of the coolest things to do, is just hear someone talk about their day-to-day in a different culture.
We have so many students that are taking action on issues that they're passionate about in their local communities, and I think there's so much potential for us to learn from the youth and in terms of changing our future. So I'm excited to see how the program develops in Guyana.
While this program has already reached the lives of many Lincoln students, Global Scholars has big hopes for the future. This is Avery Hall for Lincoln Live.
The Guyana Lincoln Art Club starts tomorrow after school from 3 to 4 in room L101. February is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. We know it's basketball season, and 2 of our varsity basketball players hit the court in a very unique fashion. Winter sports seasons are almost over. Many of the teams are participating in sectionals, districts, and even states. The band celebrated their alumni concert with the returning members of the band. The boys basketball team played Westerville Central and came away with a hard-fought victory, 46-39. And we have some great video of you on top of the podium after you won. Was it everything you dreamed it would be while you were running thousands of miles leading up to Saturday? As some of you may know, the last 2 performances of the spring musical Legally Blonde have been postponed.
This is out of an abundance of caution for the cast, crew, and audience regarding COVID.
Today marks 80 years since the Pearl Harbor attack. In Miss Cantor's World War II classes, students are remembering this day by bringing in a U.S. Marine to give the history and significance of Pearl Harbor. The season is officially underway for our hockey team. The Lions faced off against Worthington Kilbourne on Friday, and it went down to the wire. The Lions went up 2-1 after goals from Brendan Phillips and Tony Dejanov. The boys also had a great meet at Wayne. Both the 4x1 and 4x2 team took gold. Also, the boys' shuttle hurdles dominated the competition, taking the win as well. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, Lincoln. Bye! Have a great weekend, Lincoln, and enjoy those concerts. Bye!
You're watching Lincoln Live.
Good morning, Lincoln.
Well, that's all for me today. Back to my single ladies at the news desk. Sorry, Toby.
Funny, Avery.
Did you go to homecoming?
homecoming this weekend?
Yeah, I did. It was so nice to have a school event after not being able to have one for so long.
I completely agree. Did you see who was crowned homecoming royalty?
Actually, I couldn't see. Remember, no heels on the turf. And I'm only 5'5".
That's right.
Lily, guess who we have joining us right here in the studio today?
Who is it?
It's our favorite SoundCloud rapper.
It's Josh Knuckles.
That's right. How are you today, Mr. Knuckles?
Well, Lincoln, goodbye forever. Now back to the news desk.
Thanks, Juju. Well, Lincoln, it looks like that's all we have for you.
And sadly, after 2 years of bringing you the news, this will be my last time anchoring and also Avery's last time anchoring, as we are both graduating in a few weeks.
Well, Lincoln, this was our last time anchoring the Sports Zone.
And don't forget,
run faster,
Lincoln.